This add-on right here is actually amazing and will change World of Warcraft forever in a very positive way. Today we're talking about the Voiceover Addon for World of Warcraft, which actually gives every NPC in the game their own voice, so when you accept a quest, you don't have to read the quest text, which, let's be real, nobody does anyway, but now you will have a voice reading that text for you, and it's an AI generated voice. And what I personally like here is that every NPC has their own voice. If you go from one Night Elf NPC to another one, for example, you will hear that they have somewhat the same inflections but a different voice, and you will also hear the differences between different factions. Like if you play Alliance and Horde, for example, you will have different voices for every single race on your faction. And if you hear a Tauren NPC speak, for example, you can identify that this is actually a Tauren speaking to you.
Light my senses. Greetings, adventurer. I am Conservator Ilthalane. My purpose in Shadowglen is to ensure that the balance of nature is maintained. The spring rains were particularly heavy this year, causing some of the forest's beasts to flourish, while others suffered. Unfortunately, the Nightsaber and Thistleboar populations grew too large. Shadowglen can only produce so much food for the beasts. Journey forth, young adventurer, and thin the boar and saber populations so that nature's harmony will be preserved.
So in this video, I want to showcase how this add-on works. I want to talk a little bit more about the add-on and give you some examples of different voices produced by this add-on as well. This is probably not the first time, and it will probably not be the last time you hear about this add-on. I think Nixium did a stream about this back in the day, like I think this is a couple of weeks ago at this point, and Frostadamus made a video just a day ago on this video. But for me, I got a lot of people in my Twitch chat that recommended me checking out this add-on, and I'm going to be checking this one out right now, and I'm going to be using it for future streams, because to be honest, this is actually amazing. As someone who doesn't really particularly care about reading quest text, but I do enjoy like the lore in the game itself, this is actually incredible. I don't have to read anything, but it's being told to me at the same time. So let's talk about the add-on itself. The add-on itself is called Voiceover. You can have, for example, Voiceover Classic, which will get all the NPCs to tell you their quest line and basically talk to you in the game itself. So when you activate this add-on, you will have a window in your usually bottom right corner. Now this is a window that you can move where you want by basically left clicking on the voiceover right here. You will also have a cogwheel, and this is where you can change a lot of the settings. You can, for example, lock the frame, you can automatically hide the user interface. You can also mute NPCs while the voiceover add-on is playing. Now, this one is important. You can show the background, you can have it to always show the background. In that case, it's a little bit like in the way. Personally, I have it to show the background when hovered, but you can also set it to never show the background. That way, it will never show a background, but you will still have the cogwheel there, so when you hover over where the add-on is supposed to be, you will then see the cogwheel option, and you will see the NPC when they're talking. Apart from that, you also have the sound playback channel. This one is actually quite important, so you can choose which sound channel you want the add-on to play in, so it's set to master by default. You can also set it to sound, music, ambience, or dialogue. This lets you control the actual sound of the NPCs in direction, like it lets you control that compared to other sounds in the game. Now by default, like I just said, it's set to master, but if you want to have higher sounds in the game and have those NPCs be a little bit quieter, then maybe change it to dialogue, and you can separate those two channels and basically increase the sound as you so desire. Now here's the thing, this add-on could possibly change World of Warcraft forever. This is a very early version of the add-on itself. It uses AI power to generate voices for the NPCs, and even right now, almost every NPC in the game has its own voice. I have found a couple that don't have their own voice. Like for example, if you go to the Night Elf starting zone, you have some Dryad NPCs, and for some reason a lot of those Dryad NPCs don't have a voice just yet, but that will get improved over time, and at some point every NPC will have their own voice. Due to AI technology, this will just get better and better as well, and for someone who doesn't I don't really care about reading the quest text, but I don't mind it getting read to me. If anything, it will just increase my immersion to the game itself, and here's one of the things that is not being talked about too much about the add-on that I personally really love. I can go and accept a quest, deliver the quest, and accept a brand new one, and I can walk away from the NPCs while the quest text is being read to me. So you don't have to stand at the NPCs to have the quest text read to you. You can actually keep on moving, start doing the quest, and the quest text will still be read to you in the background. This makes it so that even though it will immerse your gameplay, it will not break your efficiency. You can basically still be just as efficient, and it's being read to you as an audiobook in the background, which is something I personally like, because previously, when you were reading the quest text, you pretty much had to stand still, or open your quest log and then read through it. Now this way, you can be just as efficient if you care about speed at all. You can be just as fast and still immerse yourself in the gameplay, which is absolutely fantastic. Now, with that being said, we have now covered a little bit about the add-on, also talked about how it works. I'm also going to show some screenshots on the screen right now so you can see exactly what the add-on is called. That way you can check it out on CurseForge or wherever you check out your add-ons. I downloaded it from CurseForge myself, so I can't tell you it is currently on CurseForge, but wherever you download your add-ons, go and check it out and see if it's available. Now, let's talk about some different NPCs, and for this I'm going to show some examples, and I'm actually just going to show you every single race in the game at the starting zone. That way you can see the actual differences between the NPCs, and you will hear the differences between Alliance, Human, Night Elf, Gnome, and for the Horde you will hear the differences between Orc, Tauren, and Undead. I will also add some categories to the video itself, and that way you can actually just skip ahead to the ones you want.
I hope you strapped your belt on tight, young adventurer, because there is work to do here in Northshire, and I don't mean farming. The Stormwind Guards are hard-pressed to keep the peace here, with so many of us in distant lands and so many threats pressing close. And so we're enlisting the aid of anyone willing to defend their home and their alliance. If you're here to answer the call, then speak with my superior, Marshal McBride. He's inside the abbey behind me. Hey, citizen, you look like a stout one. We guards are spread a little thin out here, and I could use your help. Ah, good. Another volunteer? We're getting a lot of you these days. I hope it's enough. The human lands are threatened from without, and so many of our forces have been marshaled abroad. This, in turn, leaves room for corrupt and lawless groups to thrive within our borders. It is a many-fronted battle we wage, adventurer. Gird yourself for a long campaign. Your first task is one of cleansing, adventurer. A clan of kobolds have infested the woods to the north. Go there and fight the kobold vermin you find. Reduce their numbers so that we may one day drive them from Northshire.
Ah! Well, aren't you a sturdy-looking one? Perhaps you can assist me with a thing or two. Not much help around here except for green apprentices, and they've other things to worry about. What do we have here? You look as though you might need something to keep your hands warm, HM. I'll tell you what would help. A pair of nice warm gloves. And, being the kind soul that I am, I'd be more than happy to provide you with a suitable pair. I've one condition, however. I need you to go get me some wolf meat. Nice arrangement, HM. You bring me some wolf meat, and I'll make sure you don't lose any digits to frostbite. Well, what do you say?
Ah, the beauty of Shadow Glen never ceases to delight my senses. Greetings, adventurer. I am Conservator Ilthalain. My purpose in Shadow Glen is to ensure that the balance of nature is maintained. The spring rains were particularly heavy this year, causing some of the forest's beasts to flourish, while others suffered. Unfortunately, the nightsaber and thistleboar populations grew too large. Shadowglen can only produce so much food for the beasts. Journey forth, young adventurer, and thin the boar and saber populations so that nature's harmony will be preserved.
Finally, you are of age, adventurer, of age to battle in the name of the Horde, to conquer for the glory of the War Chief. Yes, you will do nicely. No doubt you wish to find a great dragon or demon and strangle it with your bare hands. But perhaps it would be wise to start on something less dangerous. Report to Gornek. He should be able to assign a task better suited to a young adventurer. You will find Gornek in the den to the west. Another one of Kaltunk's recruits, A sorry state of affairs we find ourselves in if this is the best the Horde can produce. No matter. By the time we think you're ready to leave the valley, you'll be a proud adventurer of the Horde. The first order of business will be to put a little strength in your backbone. I could send you out to the Barrens to hunt Kodo, but well, in all honesty, you're more useful to us alive than dead. I believe you would find a good match with the mottled boars you'll find to the north of here.
About time you woke up. We were ready to toss you into the fire with the others, but it looks like you made it. I am Mordo, the caretaker of the Crypt of Deathnell, and you are the Lich King's slave no more. Speak with Shadow Priest Sarvis in the chapel at the base of the hill. He will tell you more of what you must know.
Greetings, adventurer, and welcome to Camp Narash. News of your arrival spread quickly among the tribe. You have a promising air about you and will prove yourself to the tribe. Perhaps someday soon, you will be welcomed into the great city of Thunder Bluff. But before that can happen, you must prove yourself to my father, Chief Hawkwind. Up here on Red Cloud Mesa, we pride ourselves on keen hunting skills. Tauren hunt out of necessity and for sport. Our supply of meats has run low, and we require feathers for clothing. Hunt the nearby plain striders, and prove yourself by resupplying the village.
And there we go, that is pretty much it for this video. I just wanted to do a quick introduction to this add-on, show you how it works, and give you some examples. Hopefully you will check out the add-on, hopefully you enjoyed the add-on, and if you have any more questions, feel free to leave a comment down below, and I'll do my best to answer it. Also, if you want to check me out when I'm checking out the add-on live, you can follow me on Kick, the link will be down below. I'm doing pretty much daily streams right now, streaming hardcore, and I will have this add-on enabled because, frankly, it just improves my experience while playing. Either way, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, consider dropping a like down below, and subscribe for more classic WoW content. As always, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you again very soon.